Well, good afternoon everyone, and we are going to do a walkthrough of the Cades Cove Campground. I've been trying to do that at some of the various Smoky Mountain campgrounds. A month ago we did a walkthrough of Balsam Mountain on the North Carolina side, and we're going to do a walkthrough of Cades Cove today. This one's going to take a little longer because it's a much bigger campground than Balsam Mountain. I want to say there are about 159 sites in Cades Cove in the B and C loop. So we're just going to start at the beginning of the C loop and walk through. And reason we're doing this is sometimes if a person's never been to a campground before, they would like to see what a site looks like before they reserve it. And you can reserve these sites online, but you don't really want to do it sight unseen. So we're going to try to provide you a little bit of that today. We're starting down here at the ranger station, and I'm going to do my best to get as many sites as I can. Obviously, if there is someone sitting in the site, I don't want to just hold the camera on them. But I do want to try to give you a view of each site, and hopefully that will be of some help. So we're starting down here. A lot of cars, so hopefully I can do this without getting run over. They don't have an A loop. It's B section and C section. And we're going to do the C section first because quite honestly I like it better. I think it's a nicer section, but I will do both of them. Obviously Cades Cove is a bear habitat. Food storage regulations in effect. We watched them take our neighbor's cooler yesterday morning because they left it out. No picnicking in campground, just for campers only. During quiet hours, actually I guess you can have visitors other times, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I'm going to have to pan back and forth once we get past this initial section, because there will be campsites on both sides. Right here, they're just on our left. So we begin here with campsite C1, and they got two tents, or actually a tent, I guess, in a screen house with a cover. So there's site C1. You do have to go up some steps to get to that one. And this is C2. Have to go up steps to that one also. I think those are pretty much the last ones you have to go up steps for. That's C3. That one's occupied, so I'll give you a quick glimpse of it. A lot of these are occupied. This is Labor Day weekend, but some people are out and about in the cove, so should still be able to give you a good shot of it. C4. Of course, if you've got a motorhome, obviously you can put it on that one. And C5, it looks like it's reserved for, or someone's on it, but nobody's there now. That's a good spacious site with a paved where you can back in.
These are really cute.
That's a good spacious site there. A lot of gravel. Alright, C6. 2 tents on that one. You can get 2 tents on most of these. So. C7 looks to be empty. Not a bad looking site either. This is actually probably, well, not probably, it is my favorite campground in the Smoky Mountains. I mean, there's a lot of nice ones. There's not any that I don't like. Like Cataloochee Campground, it's very small. But this one here just has so much. It's got the store. No other campground in the Smokies has a store like this one does. And this one's got a little driveway. I guess you can just circle right through. That's C8 and C9 right here. C8's a little small. I don't think I would want that one. C9 right here. I'm trying to get a little closer view here. I don't really like the way C9's laid out. You got your tent pad on one side of the driveway, and the driveway kind of cuts you off from the picnic table and the fire pit. Alright, so we'll cut down this way now. Alright, we're going to take our first left here. And this is where I'm going to have to start panning back and forth. Got C29 right here. And not really a lot to that campsite. Nice long driveway. But C30. They've got a trailer converted into a camper over there. C32. Again, if they're in the campsite, I'm trying not to hold the camera on them quite so much. C31. I like that one there, not because it's got a lot of room, because it doesn't, but it's got a stationary lantern pole. Mine does not have that. I have to have my own lantern pole. So, and of course, here's the bathrooms. And here's C33. That's a decent site. Here's C34. Here's another trailer converted into a camper. Actually, that's our neighbors for this weekend. And they took us, or not inside, but they opened the doors and let us look inside. They've done some really neat stuff with that. They got a microwave, refrigerator, bathroom, and everything in there. And here's C36, and no one is allowed to have that one Labor Day weekend, because that's ours. Not really, but please don't. There's plenty of other nice ones. Anyway, this is our campsite, and never seen such a mess in my life. We bring a lot of stuff with us. There's my son and daughter-in-law's tent. We're drying it out for them and bringing it home. They left us and decided to go on over into Gatlinburg for the night. So they'll be celebrating their 2-year anniversary next weekend, so they came up this weekend. And they probably not going to get to do anything next weekend because they just had to use up all their PTO time because they are both recovering. Well, they've recovered, thankfully, from the virus. So both had it a couple of weeks ago. C35. Right here next to us on the other side, C38. That's a really good spacious site. C38 right there, and bear-proof dumpsters. Here's C37. Here's C40. I'm sorry, we had about 5 bicycles right through just now. Here's C40. C39. Like I say, most of these are big enough if you've got a camper that you pull. You can get it in there. This is generator-free loop, I will say that. If you have a generator, you got to be in the B section. Here's site C41. C42. Now, C43, if you like shade, it is a good piece from the bathrooms. That's the only disadvantage. But C43 is a good shady site. Fairly spacious. C44 is right here next to it. Try to get a shot of that since no one's on it. And that's a good shady private site too. Kind of got a lot of trees around you. These right here, you also have to walk up steps to get to. Not sure what number that is. I guess that was the last one. I guess the number's out there on the side of the road. Not sure what number this one is either. Oh yeah, it's right there through the trees. Oh, I'd have missed that. Yeah, C28. All right. I know this is jumpy. I'm trying to walk and hold it as still as I can. There's C27. And they are very strict here about food. Now normally we're really good about keeping our food put up because we know the rules here. Did have a little issue. That's one of the reasons we had to go into Townsend earlier, is because we forgot about a dog food. We had a dog food container with some dry dog food in it and some water that we forgot about, left in the back of our pickup the other night, and a raccoon or something got in the back of our truck and ate the food, turned the water over, and I had like wet pieces of dog food all over the back of my truck because of something. So guessing it was a raccoon. We don't normally do that, but we just forgot about it. So had to go into Townsend to find a car wash. So C45 right here. C47 right here. They got a motor home back. Now, they've been playing the banjo at night over here. I've been enjoying that a little bit. C46. Nice spacious site there, big enough for a camper and multiple chairs. Right, C49 here. C48. Most of the sites here are good. There's C50. Again, I'm trying to be quick when someone's on it. C51 right here. You got a little short path to the bathroom over there. And do you know why they have doors?
I guess they have a jet that they can go to the cove without.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I don't know that I've ever seen that in a campsite before. That's C53, by the way. Man, they got all the doors off, looks like. Yeah, 4 doors sitting over there. C52. I got a dog wanting me to go on. C55 looks empty. It says reserved, but nobody's on it as of yet. Here's C57. This is handicapped accessible as well. I think C55 might have been too. I'm not sure. I really like those with a stationary lantern post.
Yeah, I think I want the handicap ones, huh?
Yeah, that's probably right.
And they got the higher grill.
C54. That's a good looking site there. The tent pad's kind of back off into the woods a little bit. C59. C60. 56. Be quick with that one. Let's see. Coming up on C61. Yeah, that's the one we had when we first got Pierre back there at C60. We've gotten 36 every other time. I think it wasn't available. That's when we had to come back for some reason. I think we got rained out when we were supposed to come.
Yeah.
C61. C58. That's a good spacious site right there. Alright, we continue. Now we're back at C13. Apparently the smaller numbers go around the outer edge of the campground. So C13. C14. Nice old red and white camper. I like that old camper. Is that the one you was talking about, the red and white?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. That's an old camper there. How old do you think that is?
Oh, I don't know. be 50s or 60s.
Oh, look at those tires.
I know, that's what I said. Everything's like red and white.
I hope they don't mind. I like that. If y'all see your camper on this video, take it as a compliment because I like that. Alright, not too much more of the C loop, 2 more little lines here. This is C62 right here with the camper backed in. Over here to the right is C63. And back over here to the left, try not to pan too fast, C64. And there's a car there but don't see anybody, so C65. '66. 68. It looks like on 68 the tent pad's way back there. Pretty good little piece back to the tent pad. Actually,
Come here. Say hi to the puppies.
C67. Not a bad site there, pretty spacious. C70. None of these are bad at all. Just depends on how close you want to be to the bathroom. C72. C69. I think the closest bathroom to these, yeah, it's right straight through the woods back there, yeah. You can see it maybe through the trees in the background, so that's not a bad walk at all. The thing about campgrounds, some people need to be close to a restroom. I like to be fairly close because we haul our own water back and forth in buckets so we can bathe. Here's C74. But you don't want to be right next door to one. Hear the commode flushing all the time, the door's slamming. So we're 2 sites over from the bathroom. Here's C75. C73 with a little small, little pop-up on it. Alright, here's C76. That's not a bad spot at all either. Good and spacious and shady. Alright, we have one more line to go down in the C loop, then it's on over to the B loop. Alright, so again we're on the outer edge now at the opposite end, C22 right here. And I'm going to guess that's C23, but I'll let you know. C21. C21 right there. Now right up here at the extreme end of the campground, just past C21, is the group camping. If you have like a church youth group or just a large party and you want to reserve a big space or several sites, there's your group camping over in there. Not really going to walk over there. Okay. C20 that we just passed, by the way. This is going to be C19, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Alright, water fountain. This is this other set of bathrooms. So there's 2 bathrooms in the C loop, correct? Alright. Look at this camper up here. Looks like the Mel's Diner in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, it does.
C18 right there. That's a cool looking camper too. Airstream. That's C17. If you see this video and we don't mention your camper, don't take offense. It's just yours isn't as cool as those other 2 are. Still nice though. Oh, look at this, back of old Ford pickup.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's creative.
Zoom up on that too, yeah.
And still got the toolbox too.
It's neat the stuff people come up with. You got him a little windy unit air conditioner in there. They're from Georgia. And that is C15. So, alright, that's all of the C loop. So I'm going to walk on down now, past the store, and over to the B loop. Alright, to give you an idea where to find the B loop, over here's the ranger station. We're just now coming out of the C loop. The ranger station, here's the parking lot for the camp store where you get the concessions and firewood and ice and everything else. So right before you get to that, you take a right here, and this goes over to the B loop. So we're going to make our way over there now. Alright, getting ready to make our first left turn into the B loop. And like I say, my personal preference is the C loop, not the B loop, but I'm going to show you both of them. You pick the one you like best. And B1. B2. We've camped in the B loop maybe once or twice, and that was many moons ago. I mean, when we first started coming here, maybe 20 years ago. B4. There's B3. It seems like the sites over the B loop are a lot more grassy and a lot less gravel. Just the way it hits me anyway. Yeah, maybe not. Something's got a decent amount of gravel. So that's going to be B5. B6 over here. B7. Actually though, if you want to be convenient to the store, B loop might be your best bet, because there's just a little short walk to it, that little gravel pathway. Restroom facilities. I think there's only one restroom facility in the B loop. I could be wrong on that, but that's all I remember. A4. Well, why does that say A? I'm confused now. I didn't think there was an A. That's the only one that says A. I don't think those other ones did. That says B, B8. B11. And you're behind the store now. Here's B10. And B12. B14. And B13, they're all out, so I'll just get a quick shot of that one. B15. I know if I were sitting in my campsite and somebody went by recording, I would probably want to know why. So I try to be sensitive to that. B16. I got a car coming. So, B16. There's B17. B19. B18. And here's the end of the first street in the B loop. I think there's only one more. So, hope that's the case. I've been walking a pretty good bit now. Are starting to get near the little creek. I can actually hear it. I don't see it, but I hear it. Don't know if you can hear that or not. Here, just before the start of the second street in the B loop, there's a little pathway down to the creek, and it looks like people have got their chairs and their hammocks set up down there. Was going to walk down there, but since people are occupying it, I won't. So, actually, I think there's going to be more than 2 streets. I think I was wrong about that. I haven't been over to the B loop in a long time. So if there's that many more streets, there's bound to be another bathroom facility as well. So we're coming up on site B20 on the right, and B21 on the left. Over here, look at B21. B20. And B22, and they've got my tent. Actually, it's one just like mine. B23. B24. Naturally, I pull to the side to let a car pass, and I'm standing right in their sight. That's how that would work. They were probably wondering what I'm doing. B26. Here on the left, B25. I thought we had a lot of chairs. B28. That's an odd looking little camper. Kind of neat. B27, B30, it's a big campground, folks. It's a lot bigger than Balsam Mountain. I think that was just 42 sites. B32. I'm not going to get B29 because everybody's staring at me. So, sorry about that. B34, B31, they're sitting out looking at me too. You can actually go online and find pictures of these sites. Look under campsitephotos.com. I think you can also see pictures of the Cades Cove sites on the nps.gov website as well. You can go to Cades Cove Campground that way. B36. I'm just trying to do a little video walkthrough. I don't know anybody else that's done one here. Well, seems like maybe I did see somebody else that has done one here, but I'm trying to do all of the national park campgrounds that we've been to at some point. There's B33, B40. That one is in need of some weed eating. B35. That's cool. Husband and wife camping partners for life. Tony and Jen, Waynesville, North Carolina. That's awesome. B37. B41. B42 on the right here. I'll try to pan back over there. Let's see, B39. That's a decent, spacious little site there. Pan back over to this one again. Alright, let's continue on. There's at least one more street in the B loop. I thought it was a lot smaller. That's what I get for thinking. Alright, looks like on our left we've got B43. And B44. .46 right there. That's a pretty good open site. If you like a lot of space, that's a good one. 45. 48. B47. To be honest with you, I do prefer the C loop, but I can kind of see why some people might like this one, because you got a lot of good open sites right here with some space. B49 is especially spacious there. B50. It's been a long time since I've been up through the B loop. B52. B51. Go Vols. B54. That's B53, by the way. At B56, that pole has been leaned up against a tree. B55 right here. I'm sorry, there's a lot of people looking at me when I'm walking through here. B57, that's a fairly spacious site. B60. B59, got a big old camper on that one there. B62, another Airstream. I know this is a lot of panning back and forth. I don't know how else to do it. B61. I could just do one side at a time. That'd be double the walking up and down the streets. B66. Can't get B63. That was full of people. B68. That's a good shady and spacious spot right there. Yeah, you got all kinds of room up in there. B67. Getting back down to where I can hear the river again. Okay, I definitely think we're coming up on the last street of the B loop, which as it turns out is just about as big, if not as big, as the C loop. It looks like you can't go any further up that road with a vehicle. So we're going to make our way down the last stretch here. That looks like B70 coming up here on the left. B69 here. Seems like everybody in the B loop's at home today. B72. Yeah. There, B71. I don't really like that one just because it's got the sign right there in front of everything. I think I would want that one. There's B74, B73, '76, '75, B77, B77. And yes, here is the second bathroom facility. So there are two bathroom facilities in B loop, just like there are in the C loop. Right, here's B80 on the left, unoccupied. A lot of campers up in this one. There's some in C loop, but it's like a lot of them up in here. There's B80. It's kind of a small site there. And here is another A5. I don't know how they come up with their numbering system right here. I really don't. There was one A site down at the beginning of the B loop, and there's an A5. B79. I'm a little confused by that, to be honest with you. It's like what the reasoning was or how they came up with that system. B91. Pretty good bit of space there. Back here at B84. That's a big old camper there. B85. And B83. I think that wraps it up, folks. Anyway, I know this took a while. This is not a small campground. A lot of walking involved, and I know we were going back and forth a lot. I do apologize for that. I was just trying to give you a quick glimpse of some of them. There were about 5 or 6 campsites I couldn't show you at all because I don't know, you never know how somebody's gonna react if you just record them. I mean, normally if you're just going about your business, they're going about theirs, it's not a problem, but when they're just sitting there and some goofy looking guy walks up with a camera and starts recording them, I can understand why some people might not care for that. So there were sites like that where I didn't even pan over there at all because I was being watched. So if there's any I didn't mention, you can, like I say, go online and get pictures of those. I believe the one website, just off the top of my head, is campsitephotos.com, and you just put in the campground you want to see pictures of, and then you can also go to mps.gov and then search for Cades Cove Campground and see them that way. It's always helped me to look at videos rather than just pictures that are posted to a website, though, because you kind of get the commentary as well and a better feel for it. So anyway, yellow Jeep. I would wonder if that was Will and Dawn from Yankee in the South, except they're doing their Route 66 trek across America, I think, right now, so sure that's not them. But anyway, folks, that's Cades Cove Campground. It's a large campground. Again, I want to say it's 159 sites. May not have that number exactly right, but it's well over 100, I know that. I don't know if Cades Cove is as large as Elkmont. Elkmont may be the largest, or even Smokemont. I don't know. One of those three is the largest campground in the Smokies. Those would be the top 3. I just don't know the exact order. This is our favorite campground just because you have the scenery of the loop road right here at your doorstep, and you have the convenience of the store. Can't really say it's a quiet campground because there's a lot of people that come here. If you want a quiet campground in the Smokies, I would suggest Balsam Mountain. And you want to bring long sleeves up there any time of year, even in the summer, because it's the highest altitude campground in the Smokies. And Cataloochee. Now, if you're going to Cataloochee, I recommend campsite 7. And the reason I do is because you have the best river view from that campsite of any of them. Not all campsites there are on the river, but when we go, we try to get 7. If I can't get 7, I don't go. Because there's just a beautiful place right there along the river to just relax. And that's a good quiet campground. But if you want something that's convenient to a lot of scenery, this is it. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.